Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is chapter 32 of Chance Ball, and this one is titled Inspection Time Parent Edition. You nodded, giving her permission to call your parents, while Dabi straightened up from the table and crossed his arms across his chest. Let me talk to him too, he demanded confidently. Oh, no you don't, you interjected quickly, looking at Ray. I don't trust him as far as I could kick him. You say that a lot, Dabi replied to you. You've never tried to kick me, so how would you know how far you could get me to go? What if I run as well? There have been no rules regarding running once kicked. You went to say something and then stopped. That's actually a good point. Okay, but just don't say anything stupid. Me? He asked, pointing to himself. You deadpanned. I'll do the talking first, Ray said as she stood up, and then walked off to get her phone so you could all have a consultation with your parents as well. She returned a moment later, and you took a seat round the kitchen table, so she rang your mum's phone and put it on loudspeaker. Hello, your mum greeted. Oh, well, if it isn't my favourite mother-in-law, Dabi said loudly. Stop it, you hissed across the table at him. Hello, your mum asked. Oh, hi, Ray said happily. I've got two very excited children here. Children? Dabi queried with a little scoff. Shh, you hushed him. Who want to talk to us about going Guarantor for a home they've found? Ray said. Guarantor? I thought we were going to rent, your mum asked. We were going to rent, that is true, you said quickly. But we think we can get this place, and then we'll be set for life. How much is it? Where is it? Can we see it? Your mum asked. I'd like to see it before we sign our lives away. Dramatic, but okay, you thought, resisting the urge to do an eye roll. Happy to let you come on a walkthrough, Dabi said with a confident smirk, crossing his arms across his chest and leaning back on the chair. When are you available? You looked at him with surprise. Who the heck is this confident, smug, professional-sounding Dabi, and does he not realise the house still needs a lot of work? He saw the look on your face and winked at you from across the table, his turquoise eyes gleaming with some kind of sexy power that made your heart fall over and roll sideways and then fall into your stomach. Ugh, Daddy, you groaned internally as he continued to watch you like you were his prey. Well, we could come and have a look at it tomorrow afternoon if that suits, your mum said. Ray nodded in agreement. I'll be free then as well, so we can all attend. Done, Dabi announced, uncrossing his arms and tapping the table as if to signal that was final. Tomorrow afternoon. See you there. The conversation wrapped up, and you just sat there looking at him. How is he so sure about this? Where are we going to get the money? Does he have a savings account? You waited until Ray had left the kitchen, and then you asked the burning questions. Hey, you called across to him with a jerk of your head. Where are you getting the money for this house from? Dabi smirked. Something I haven't told you yet. I haven't asked Mum yet, but we'll have enough for the deposit. You didn't kill anyone, did you? Did you do a hitman job and then duck with the cash? You asked, half joking, half serious. No, but we got compensated for the drama with my old man, Dabi said with a smirk. I'm going to ask for my share for the house. Wow, okay, didn't know you got paid. Well, I didn't get paid because Mum got the money sent straight to her account. But now that I'm a legal adult, I can ask for my share because I went through that hell as well. I deserve to get some of it. Yeah, well, that makes sense to me, he replied. I don't think your mum would have any issue giving you a share. Yeah, especially if it's going to a house. She probably kept it from me for fear of me spending it on alcohol and stuff, he replied as he scratched his head and leaned back on the chair. But I'm a model adult now. You are an overgrown child, you retorted. Oh, do I need to drop my pants to remind you that I'm no child? He leered, licking his bottom lip and gazing at you hungrily. You coughed and looked away. Meh, it's not that impressive, you lied. I'll have you sleep talking about it the next time I get between those thighs. He leered. Shh, you gasped, mortified. Your mum's going to hear you. He chuckled loudly, a lopsided grin on his face. I have no shame, remember? Saying you were nervous was a massive understatement. You were stiff as stone as you walked mechanically beside Dabi up to the front doors of the house in question, waiting for your parents and Ray to arrive. What if they don't like the place? You whispered to him. I don't care, he replied with a shrug, looking out from the veranda for their cars to arrive. But you need to care. If they don't like the place, then they won't sign as guarantor, you wailed. Baby, he said lowly as he turned to you and grabbed your chin in his hand. Look at me. You stopped your fretting and looked up into his smooth gaze. Do you trust me? He asked. No, you replied cheekily. I can sell ice to the Eskimos. He replied, I'm a smooth talker. We're getting this place. You yanked his hand from your chin and lunged at him, cuddling him so hard it nearly burst his ribcage. Whoa, cuddle kink much? He teased. Shut up, let me love you, you mumbled into him, then screamed. Oh, I friggin' love you, okay? You yelled as you yanked your head back and looked up at him. I'm so freaking in love with you right now. I just cannot. Dabi laughed and ruffled your hair. I love you more, baby, he said with a gentle look in his eye. I just want us to be happy and have our own place. Before you could reply, your parents and Ray showed up, and you let go of him and smiled at them. I don't know how this is going to work out, but I do trust Dabi, and if he says we're going to get it, then we're going to get it. It looks okay, your mum commented as she walked through the gate and then down the path towards you and Dabi. How much did they want for the place? Your dad grunted, kicking at a piece of loose concrete on the cracked path leading to the house. We're trying to get the lowest that we can for it, you blurted out. Dabi's amazing at selling iced Eskimos. Your nervousness is showing, Dabi commented lowly from the side of his mouth to you. Just play it cool, baby. I got this. Your dad eyed Dabi, and he gave your old man a smug smile in return. As you waited on the porch, the agent arrived and joined Ray as she walked up to join the rest of you. Okay, let me show you this place, you said to your mum quickly, as the agent unlocked the front door and pushed it open. You took the lead and walked into the room on the immediate right, sweeping your arm out in a grand gesture. Here is a room, you said proudly. Well said, Dabi commented sarcastically as he walked past you to the kitchen area. Well, it is a room. What's his issue? You thought with a scowl as you watched him go. Anyway, you turned back to your mum. It will be where the lounge room is, I guess. Your mum looked around hesitantly and noticed the peeling brown and yellow wallpaper. Oh, that's an easy fix, you said, noticing where she was looking. She nodded silently and walked over to flick the peeled paint with her fingertip. Okay, so let me show you some of the other rooms. There's ones upstairs that are perfect, you said, hurriedly, feeling like you needed to give her every good reason to like the place. I mean, you kind of did need her to like it, because if she didn't, then your parents wouldn't sign on your papers. So you quickly led her to the stairs and showed her the rooms on the next level. Meanwhile, in the kitchen, Dabi was pointing out all of the things wrong with the place. The tap is missing, he said candidly, vaguely gesturing to the hole in the bench. Cupboard doors are half hanging off. He gestured to the cupboard doors. Don't even know what the hell this is on the floor. He looked down and scuffed something with his shoe. Your dad observed everything Dabi was pointing to and gave everything a disapproving look. Shocking house, to be honest, Dabi commented, placing his hands on his hips and turning to face your dad. Your dad nodded in agreement. But if we don't get this place, Yin will be devastated, Dabi said with an overdramatic sigh. She really had her heart set on it. Your dad glanced over his shoulder, looking at everything else in the room. Well, guess I'll just have to go and tell her the bad news then, Dabi said with a shrug, making as if to walk past your dad to go and find you. Wait, your dad stopped him, shooting a hand out to grab his arm. What bad news? Oh, the bad news that you won't let her have her dream house, he said bluntly. But it's okay. The emotional devastation only lasts for about 20 minutes, so anything further will just be her brooding over it unnecessarily. Hold on, I never said that I wouldn't let her have it. I just need to have a better look, your dad said defensively. Oh, first impressions matter, so if you don't like it now, then you won't like it any more later, Dabi said, pulling his arm from your dad's grip and walking to the doorway. Hey, in, he shouted into the front foyer. Yeah? You shouted from the second bedroom upstairs, walking past your mum to the balcony overlooking the foyer. Your dad... We'll sign, your dad bellowed from the kitchen. Wait, what? You'll sign? You screeched with unexpected excitement. Mum! You asked, whipping your head towards her, wanting to verify what your dad had just shouted out. What? Your mum asked, trying to process what she had heard come from your father's mouth. You'll sign? You'll guarantor for us? You asked her hopefully, hands clasped together under your chin. Is that what he said? Your mum asked, confused. Honey, she shouted as she walked over to you at the balcony. Yeah? He asked as he walked into view beside Dabi, who was looking extremely smug, by the way. You like the place? Your mum asked your dad suspiciously. He nodded, looking up at her. Yes, I do. And if my girl wants to be mature and responsible, then I'm all for her having this place. You screamed with excitement, jumping up and down while holding the rails, and then turning and engulfing your mum in a bear hug. Yin! She exclaimed, giving you a dubious hug in return. Just then Ray walked in, with the agent in tow. We're buying the place! You screamed at the agent. Whoa, baby. Let me do the talking. Dabi chuckled, then turned to the agent. We'll meet again, he said with a smirk. It would be a pleasure under different circumstances, the agent muttered under her breath. Shall we talk outside? Dabi asked, walking towards her and his mum. The agent nodded with resignation and turned to accompany him outside while you dashed down the stairs to hug your dad and then give Ray a hug too. Let me show you my new place, you said with excitement, taking Ray by the hand and leading her to the front room. This is the lounge room. Another 40 minutes later and the agent had contacted the homeowners and they'd spoken to Dabi, agreeing to a ridiculously low price since they had received a copy of the building's inspector's report. Dabi then pulled his mum aside and they talked about the payout. She agreed that this was a good way for him to invest his money, so she said that she would go to the bank the following day and prepare for him to inherit the money. "Oi, villain!" he shouted down the school hall the next day. Dabi was at his locker, innocently getting his things together. It was home time now, and he was going to meet his mum at the bank. "Yeah, sexy," he called back, unfazed at being called a villain. "Text me after you get back from the bank this afternoon, okay?" "Yeah, sure thing, baby," he replied, slinging an arm around your neck and dragging your face into his chest so he could kiss the top of your head. "Oh, I'm so excited," you squealed. "Our place, our very first place." Yay, congrats, Yin. That ends chapter 32. Stay tuned for chapter 33 coming tomorrow.